Mastering the service conversation. Hey, everybody, it's Natasha here. I want to talk about building confidence through competence. Clarity breeds confidence. When the message is clear, the delivery is bold. The impact of active learning. So, I want to talk about active drilling versus passive learning. 70% retention rate on the active drilling side. So, passive reading only retains 10 to 20% of the information. I know many of you heard this because we've all been in school and a lot of us have been through university. They say what the teacher is lecturing on, you're probably going to only retain 10 to 20% of that. That's why we need to read it and reread it and drill it and go over these things with our study partners. It's so true when we're learning something new in the office. So don't forget the essence of that. Yeah, you can say, hey, I trained my team on this one time, and they're going to get 10 to 20%. So this is where active drilling comes in. If you're not doing this, you're missing a huge opportunity to gift your team with the confidence and competence that they're looking for. So active role playing and drilling pushes retention up past 70%, ensuring that the team is ready when they go in with patients. So if the patient asks them a question, whether it's in a report of findings or out on the floor when we're treating somebody, 85% of patients report higher trust in providers who speak without hesitation. When you're getting the ums and the ahs, people know this person's BSing me. They don't know what they're talking about. So we want to build that confidence in every single one of your team members, from the marketer to the front desk, to the case manager, to the providers. Make sure that they feel really good about all services and they can communicate that with confidence. Target your core services. We just talked about that. Many of us, me included, many of you guys have multiple service lines, but maybe it's only your providers that know that. Your front desk needs to understand that as well, because they are going to screen phone calls that come through. Your case managers need to know this because they're the ones who are going to sell the treatment plans. And then everybody else in your office, your rehab technicians, your clinical staff, they need to have this drilled down so well that they can say it without any hesitation, whether that's IV therapy, and that's the nutrient benefits, the speed of delivery, the why behind the hydration. They need to know all of this. If you asked your team right now to do this at staff meeting, you'd probably be surprised their inability to communicate that with you. Peptides and HRT, complex biology made simple for patient longevity goals. Tell them, how does that work? What is the patient going to ask you? How well can they answer those questions? And wellness plans, aligning comprehensive care with patient financial buy-in. We have got to drill that in, or the people are sitting there with their fingers crossed. Oh, please, 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 let them just buy this. But then the patient doesn't feel confident why they're going to spend this much money again after just finishing a corrective plan. Knowledge versus competence. Passive knowledge. Reading brochures, watching videos, knowing the service, but stumbling over words. Result is hesitation. Okay, so lean not on your own understanding. Have somebody that you drill and you role play with. If you guys are just passing a binder to your team members saying, hey, read this and then go do this thing, that's wrong. We want to build active competence, drilling and role playing and rehearsal. The words become second nature and muscle memory. Could you imagine going to watch a blockbuster movie and this person didn't know the lines? It's going to take you out of that immediately. That's the great thing about movies, or going to an opera, or going to a theater production. They've rehearsed it so well. You're now immersed in the show, the movie, whatever it is, with them. You're feeling part of the experience. So active competence, the result is conversions. It's people staying, patient retention increases, wellness conversions increase, Referrals increase because people feel valued, heard, and understood. They feel like they're being served by a competent team. So it's critical that we don't just give people knowledge, but we actually work with them to say, how do we take this knowledge and then implement it? So we check that through competency checks, auditing, listening to recording. There's a multitude of ways to do this. Designating time to drill. This is non-negotiable. People say, well, I'm going to have to take my production time down. Well, you guys have heard this old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I'm going to say an ounce of prep time is worth a pound of production. When you do this, you build strong, competent team members, just like if you're to go out and play sports. Like, no, we're a good team. We've won already. We don't need to go out and practice anymore. That would be ludicrous. So don't do that with your team. Make time for them to drill and role play. And focus on one type of service, especially if it's something new that you bring in. So I'm going to challenge you as leaders in your organization, go to your team and ask them about a specific service and see how well they can communicate that with you. Partner up. Do not drill alone. One person is the skeptical patient and the other is the confident provider. I've seen this before. It's like, oh yeah, just go drill in front of a mirror. Well, you're not getting the same type of experience. It's only you and only the scenarios that you can run in your head. So it's good to have a dialogue with another person. The natural check. If it sounds like a script, start over. Aim for alignment with your own personality. This is where if we drill it roll over and over again and we know it like the back of our hand, we can truly connect with people. And then it feels like we're building relationships instead of like, oh shoot, hold on. I was supposed to say this thing again. What am I supposed to say? Okay. And don't do that. We need to do that in the private times of drilling and role playing so that when it's game time or it's real time with the patient, that we can connect and communicate. And then we're not thinking about what's the next thing I'm supposed to say in the script, because that doesn't allow for genuine, authentic connection. And then consistency over intensity. Short, frequent drills beat massive 4-hour sessions once a quarter. Though I do believe you should have some training days to really get in this, especially as you're adding new services. It's important to do it repeatedly. One of my favorite things is we are what we repeatedly do. So excellence is not an accident, but a habit. Drive-by drilling. This one freaks people out. I'm always like, beep, beep. They're like, oh, great. Here comes Tosh. She's going to drive-by drill me. So this is a rapid fire, high energy, testing your team's readiness. So the drive-by drilling tests the knowledge. If it's truly there, it's internalized, the person owns it, or is it just surface level? So if you go beep, beep, and they're like, hold on, I got it. No, they don't got it. Okay. So that's the thing that you're going to need to drill and role play on. So make it fun. This should be fun with your team. So beep, beep. Hey, here's the scenario. A person calls in. They said that they're feeling good and that they don't want to come in for their appointment today. They'll call you and let you know when they need to come in, yet they're on a care plan. So tell me about how you would handle this and see if they go right into it and they're able to rapid fire back with no pauses, no lacking communication. They have got it. That's when you give a high five and you say, great. If not, you say, hey, great try. Let's do it again. Or, hey, look up the script. It's in this page or it's on the Google Drive here. I want you to read through that because I'm going to drive by drill you again. Confidence versus conversion. I saw this image here from performance psychology and sales-driven clinical environments. An unprepared team, there's only 30% buy-in. Whoever has the biggest vision wins, but I'm also going to say whoever has the biggest vision and the highest level of training is going to win the conversation. So unprepared team member, oh, I don't want to come in today. I'm feeling really good. Can I just call you? Okay, yeah, sure. We'll see you on your next visit. Oh no, I'll just call you when I feel like I need it. They're like, oh crap. Now you have a person who's committed to care, it's not coming in, you're probably going to have to refund them, or they're probably not going to make any further payment. So having an unprepared team is dangerous. Knowledgeable but untested, like, oh, okay, I gave them the book, they read it, but you don't really know if they got it going on. It's a 55% buy-in. Okay. So they're going to have a hard time. They're going to cave to when the person has a bigger vision on why they shouldn't do something, versus if they have some head knowledge, but it's not here and they don't own it, it's going to be a totally different outcome. Now, here's the cool part. The drilled and the confident team members, there's going to be an 85% buy-in, one from them because they know your services so well, like the back of the hand. And when they know it so well and they have confidence on it, it's going to build that confidence and the buy-in from the patient to continue along. The patient mirror effect. Confidence is contagious. When your team feels competent and aligned, the patient feels safe. That's what we want to create, an environment for the patient to feel safe, to communicate with us, to be vulnerable with us, because that creates a relationship and people will stay with your practice for many, many years. A patient's confidence in the treatment is a direct reflection of your staff's confidence in the delivery. Hey, I have heard this. Believe it or not, I have heard this when people say, well, I wouldn't do this care myself. You should not have these people on your teams. Or they say, well, it's too expensive. There's no way I would ever pay for the services that we offer here. Be mindful of these people, that if they're not confident in what you're doing, your patients will not be confident either. So smooth delivery, high trust. Hesitant delivery, low trust, and skepticism. Now, you guys have heard us talk about the cognition to close. It's uncertain, skepticism, conflicted. Well, that person's going to stay very low on this scale. You're going to have a hard time keeping them as a patient and being compliant to their care. So really, we need to drill this so that mirror effect is in place and your patients feel as confident as your team members. The path to mastery. We start out with gaining the knowledge, we role play it, we drive-by drill it, and then we see that there's confidence. So let's break that down a little bit. The knowledge is learning the science and the why. Why do we provide this treatment? And then also the why behind the words. That we have very specific scripting and framework laid out to help with the psychology of moving a person to also being competent in how they achieve results for their health. And then role playing, a controlled practice in safe pairs to allow the person to fail behind the scenes so that they can perform when it's really important. Many patients come in putting their life in your hands, and if we can't communicate properly and we don't begin to treat them, we can lose them to drugs and surgery. And we know that that's the last result. So it's very important how we communicate and that we drill and role play so that when it's game time, we can communicate that with confidence to the patient. And then the drive-by is the real world testing, the rapid recall, because we want to shock their mind into being able to pull up that information as soon as possible, because the patient is going to do the same thing. They may come from left field and ask a question that if that case manager doesn't know how to answer because it hasn't been drive-by drilled, then that mirroring effect goes down because there's hesitation there. The person is not going to feel as confident. And then competence. That's the natural, smooth patient delivery. That's what we're looking for. Now, some of you say, oh my gosh, it sounds so exhausting. How am I going to have time to do that? This is why we have the dojos. Okay, the team dojos are there to help with the front desk, with the marketing, with the sales and closing. Get them in. If you don't have time to do that, or it just feels overwhelming for you, this is why we've created it. We've created a place for them to drill, gain knowledge, role play, and develop their confidence and competence. So, are you ready to drill? Does this sound fun? Do it. It's so much fun when we actually start seeing like where our people are at. We celebrate those wins if they're really sharp. If not, we come alongside of those people and we coach them and we give them confidence. So many times people leave organizations or job positions because they feel like they're just not good at it. So the way that we help them is to do all of the things that we just went over. So clarity breeds confidence. Please let us know if you have any questions. There's things that you want to see. We are here to help. We look forward to seeing you next time. Be blessed and be a blessing.
If this helped, give this video a like and share it with someone who needs this.